Hello. Welcome to the Learning Tree Book Club's regular monthly meeting. The Learning Tree Book Club has been meeting once a month for 1 hour and a half for the past 6 years. I think March will be the 7th year, Vicki. And if you would like to get tickets to join us, you can go to Eventbrite and get a ticket, Learning Tree Book Club, or you can email us at communitylibrary.ms@gmail.com to read with us. And I'm Meredith Coleman McGee, one of the founding members of Learning Tree Book Club. And I have with me Vicki, who is also a founding member of Learning Tree Book Club. Okay, Vicki, go ahead, girl.
All right. Good afternoon. Yes, I am Vicki. I'm one of the founding members of University Book Club. And as Meredith did say, once a month. Also, too, and then she has already said that we're trying to recruit other members to join us. But we're happy to have those who are with us. Thank y'all for coming. And as they say, do come again.
Right. Okay. I think Deacon is went away from here. Maybe he introduced himself later. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead then, D.
My name is Deacon Brown. I'm with New Horizons Church International. I'm part of the community library book club because this is my second time be part of it. I want to learn things about the book club because I be learn things about Miss McGee. She's a founder of the book club. I want to be part of that.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the festival is later this month, the third Saturday of this month. Can you participate? That's on the Saturday before Thanksgiving.
I participate.
Okay, then we have the annual spelling bee poetry contest, and the vendors. And if you know it about it, that would like to become a vendor, you can tell them about it and they can get a ticket. I think the tickets are only $15 to become a vendor, and it's free to participate in the spelling bee, the poetry contest, and to be a speaker. And the speeches are 3 to 5 minutes on any literary topic.
It's gonna be at That's America Mall.
No. This is gonna be on Zoom, live on Facebook.
Okay.
Saturday before Thanksgiving. And it's gonna be from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. I believe.
Okay then. All right, I check to it.
We'll be there next year.
Next year, okay then.
Jackson Book Festival, in person.
Okay.
Okay, Vicki, what you reading now?
Grisham.
Oh boy, what's the name of that one?
The Boys From Biloxi.
That looks like a big book, Vicki. How many pages is that?
It is thick, and I can't read it all. I can read a couple of chapters today, but I can't read all of it at one time.
Oh yeah, you might not be able to read 2 chapters. It depends on whether the girls come. But anyway, you might get knock down something. It's just gonna be me and you. But anyway, how many pages is that book?
Oh, this is a novel. It's gonna be.
Yeah, look in the back. See how many pages that is. That look like 360 pages.
It's 400. The whole novel itself is 400 some pages. The novel itself is 452 pages.
Oh my God!
So,
wow.
All right. Well, let's.
Okay, read the back about him for anybody that doesn't know who this best-selling author in the world is that came from Mississippi. What he wasn't born here, but I know
he was born here. Yeah, he went
where?
to school over there he went to school over there at Ole Miss.
Yeah, I know he went to Ole Miss, but I didn't know. Okay, So read the back and see what it says.
And he practiced law for a minute. He left the law class. He left the case down in Round Natchez, and he had to come back and appeal that case that he had lost down in Natchez when he first got started.
Right. And also, he was a Mississippi State legislator before he became.
For most of the last 100 years. This about the book. Okay.
No, I mean the back cover, what it says about John Grisham.
That's what I was getting at here.
It's on the back cover, I believe. The back of the book, Vicky. No, the back cover.
John Grisham is the author of 50 consecutive #1 bestsellers, which has been
15.
Which has been translated into 50 languages. Grisham is a 2-time winner of the Harper Lee Prize Legal Freedom Fund, Freedom Fiction, Harper Lee Fraser Legal Fiction. Was honored with the Library of Congress Creation Achievement Award for fiction. When he is not writing, Grisham serves as on board with the new direction of the Introduction Project to the Constitution Ministries. 2 national organizations declared exonerating to those who do have been wrongfully convicted. Much of the fiction has been explored in deep-seated problems of our criminal justice system. Grisham lives on a farm near Virginia. Now, when I did go to that, and I did see the book where he does say freedom, and it talked about the freedom of those inmates who had been unjustly convicted. I did not pick that book up yet. I'm gonna have to go back and get that one. But it did mention that. And
I saw the book Freedom, and I was wondering what it was about. Thank you for letting me know.
Say what you said again?
I saw the book Freedom, but I didn't know what it was about.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, freedom. Yeah. Now, also, well, there's still. I see the book. I see the picture of it back here. It says Framed. That's what's the name of the book that is about the innocent man.
Oh, it's called Framed.
John McCluskey is the first work nonfiction since The Innocent Man. Book-selling author of John Grisham, Centurion Ministries founder John McCluskey shared in harrowing true stories of wrongfully convicted and immediately researched and appropriately told and grippingly told, impeccably researched and grippably told. Framed offers an inside look at injustice faced by victims of the United States criminal justice system. That's that Framed is called.
And so he's had 15, he wrote 15 consecutive best-selling books. How many books has he written in all? 15? So all of his books were bestseller. No, his first one wasn't, I don't think.
He has written books in conjunction with several other authors, but of his own books, he's had 50 consecutive #1 bestsellers, right, which has been translated into nearly 50 languages.
50 languages.
50 languages, yes. And I like he's a legal action fiction writer. You know me, I love me some John Grisham.
Yeah, I know one of his number one fans. Okay. You want to start reading?
Okay. Now this is, and I'm gonna preface this, and I guess I said the Boys from Biloxi. A 100 years ago, Biloxi was a bustling resort and fishing community on the Gulf Coast. Some of its 12,000 people worked in shipbuilding, some in hotels, restaurants. But the majority of the livelihoods came from the ocean. Ocean bountifully supply of fish, seafood. The workers were immigrants from Eastern Europe, from Croatia. Their ancestors had fished for centuries in the Adriatic Sea. The men worked on schooners and crawlers and have harvesting seafood in the Gulf, while the women and children shucked oysters, packed shrimp for 10 cents an hour. There were 50 canistries side by side in the area known as Beck Bay. In 1925, Biloxi shipped 20 million tons of seafood to the rest of the country. Demand was so great and the supply was plentiful that by the 90s could be boasted as the seafood capital of the world. The immigrants lived in either barracks or shotgun houses. Point Cadet Peninsula on the eastern edge of Biloxi, around the corner from beaches of the Gulf. The parents and grandparents were Poles, Hungarians, Czechs, and Croatians. They had been quick to assemble into the way of their new country. The children learned English, taught it to their parents, and rarely spoke the mother tongue in their home. Most of the surnames had been unpronounceable to the custom officials and had been modified, Americanized in the port of New Orleans and Ellis Island. In Biloxi cemeteries, there were tombstones with the names Jakorovich, Horvat, Kanovich, Kasich, Rodat, Babish, and Peninsula. I can't pronounce that one.
Peninsula?
There was
Peninsula?
No, that's the name of one of the people.
Oh, okay.
That was one of the people's name, but it was Peninsula Island that they were Point Cadet that they lived in. But these were the names of names of the people who was in the cemetery. And these were some of the names that the Americans had to Americanize their names. And they were showing it on their tombstones. They put their born names on their tombstones. They were scattered around and mixed with those of Smith, Brown, O'Keefe, Matian, Bellelade. The immigrants were naturally clannish, self-protective, but the second generation were intermarrying early French families and all manner of Anglos. Prohibition was still the law, and throughout the Deep South, most Baptists, Methodists righteously pursued the dry life, naturally pursued the dry life. along the coast, although those European descendants and Catholics of persuasion took a dimmer view of abstinence and facts, Biloxi was never dry, regardless of the 18th Amendment. When Prohibition swept through the country in 1920s, Biloxi nearly noticed that his honky tonks, bar dives, divas, neighborhood pubs, upscale clubs not only remained open and thrived, speakeasy were not easily because of the booze and prevalent, and no one, especially police, cared. Biloxi became popular destination for the parched Southerners, and the allure of beaches, delicious food, temperature climate, and nice hotels, tourism flourished. 100 years ago, the Gulf Coast became known as the poor man's Riviera. As always, unchecked vice proved gambling, joints, drinking at the most popular illegal activities. Makeshift casinos sprang up. Bars, clubs, poker, blackjack, gaming was plentiful in the era and could be found everywhere, even in lobbies, fashionable hotels. There were rows of slot machines operating in the fabulous designated for the design for the law. And I can't even say that now.
Oh, yeah.
Brothels had been around forever, but kept undercover, not only in Biloxi, not so in Biloxi. They were plentiful and serviced not only their faithful joints, but police and other politicians as well. Many of their same building, bars, and gambling joints, tables, all were young men looking for pleasure, had only one stop. Though not flaunted, as they say, sex, booze, and drugs like marijuana, heroin were easy to find, especially in the music halls of lounges. Journalists found it difficult to believe that such illegal activity was so open, accepted, and the state is so religiously conservative. There were articles about the wild, free swinging ways in Biloxi, and nothing.
Let me ask you a question.
Huh?
What year are you talking about?
It's not mentioning me, but this was from 1920s, after Prohibition.
And on the in Biloxi?
In Biloxi, yes. There was really no prohibition in Biloxi. It was, upstate, but there was no prohibition because everything was still the same. Nothing changed. And And they said it was still going on. So there was not a year for this, because this was continuing. But I'm down in Biloxi because it's continuing. It continued, and it is continuing.
Yeah, that's I was surprised to hear that. You
But
said in
it's
the
coming more so out in the
1920s.
open now. It was coming more so out in the open because that during that time of strict prohibition, it was everybody, Methodist, Baptist, and so forth, was so conservative, and all of the abstinence. And down on the coast, there was no abstinence. Everything was still, there was no prohibition. On the coast, there was none.
I mean, illegally it was prohibited, but I guess he's saying it didn't stop the flow of the black market of people making money off of it.
But what it was, it did not stop it. Also, too, the police just didn't care. The police did not go and close anything down. And the police were just as involved in it. Nothing was closed and nothing served and nothing, everything stayed open. And once you left the coast, then that was when you became dry, when it became dry. But you could buy all kind of alcohol and quote unquote drugs on the coast at that time. And basically what it says, it never was. The biggest obstacle facing any attempt to reform was the long-time corruption of the police and elected officials. Cops and their deputies worked for meager salaries and were more than willing to take cash and look the other way. Local politicians were easily bought off and prospered nicely. Everyone was making money. Everyone was having a fruitful way of a fun and easy way of doing things. No one forced to drink, gamblers, and venture into Biloxi. If they didn't like the vice, they could stay home or go to New Orleans. But if they chose to spend their money in Biloxi, they knew the way would not be bothered, but they knew the way would not be bothered by police. Criminal activity got major boost in 1941 when the military began large training on the island that was once Biloxi County. There was once Biloxi Country Club. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, that was one airfield. The World from Mississippi, and the World War I hero from Mississippi. And the name soon became synonymous with behavior of thousands of soldiers getting ready. The number of bars, casinos, and brothels, strippers, striptease joints increased dramatically, as did crime. The police was flooded with complaints from soldiers and rigged slots floating along cheering dealers, cheating dealers, spiked drinks, and sticky-fingered prostitutes. Since owners were making money, they complained little, but there were plenty of fights, assaults, and the girls and broken windows, whiskey bottles. As always, the police pretended that once who paid them and the jailhouse's door revolved with GIs. Over half the millions of them passed through Keesler, then on their way to Europe and the Pacific and Korea and Vietnam. Biloxi was also profitable and naturally affected by usual assortments of characters from the underworld, career criminals, outlaws, bootleggers, smugglers, rum runners, con men, hitmen, pimps, leg brokers, and more ambitious class of crime lords. In the late 50s, a branch of loose knitting violent thugs, nicknamed Dixie Mafia, settled in Biloxi, planned to establish their turf and take over share of the vice. Before the Dixie Mafia, there had been jealousy among the club owners, but they were making money and life was good. There was a killing every now and then and some imitation, but no serious efforts of group taking over. Other than the ambitious violence of the Dixie Mafia had little in common with each. Croatia Nova was the Croatia was not a family, but there was little loyalty and members. The FBI were not, and the FBI was not aware. Who was it, who the members were. They were loose assortments of bad boys, misfits, who preferred crime over honest work. It was established, organized hierarchy. No don on the top, no leg breakers, no bottom, with the mid-left thugs and in between, with time and club owners managed to consolidate and holding with assume the influence. He became,
Hey, Vicky,
huh?
it sounds like a movie.
He became the boss. And it may be with John Grisham, it may be a movie.
I know it sounds like a movie already.
When the Dixie Mafia had the propensity for violence that often stunned the FBI. Though the history, it evolves and made a way to the Gulf Coast, left behind a astonishing number of dead bodies, and virtually none of the murders were ever solved. They operated with only one rule, hard and fast, cast in stone blood. Thou shalt not snitch to the cops. Those who did were either found in ditches or was not found at all. Certain shrimp boats were rumored to unload and wade corpse in 20 miles offshore into the deep, warm waters of the Mississippi Sound. In spite of the reputation of lawlessness, crime in Biloxi was kept under control by its own and watched closely by the police. Within time, they became roughly concerned about the principal section of town. one section of town, the 1 mile stretch from Highway 90 along the beach and the strip was lined with casinos, bars, brothels, easily ignored by the law-abiding citizens. Life away from it was normal and safe. If one would be in trouble, it was easy to find. If one wanted trouble, it was easy to find. Otherwise, it was easy to avoid. Biloxi prospered because of fast food, seafood, shipbuilders, tourism, construction, formidable work, migrants, and their dreams of a better life. The city built schools, hospitals, churches, highways, bridges, seawalls, pics, recreation facilities, and anything else were needed to improve the lives of its people.
Okay.
That was the beginning about Biloxi. Now here starts about the boys.
So you read all of that. So in other words, it sounds like there's a lot of corruption. That this story is built on a lot of corruption.
It was a lot of corruption.
And
like I
the
said,
mob and the police and the club owners. Somebody getting rich, right there. Okay, so I'll read a couple of poems.
Okay.
This is my collection of poetry.
Okay.
You don't have this one, Vicky. You know what that is on the cover? That's my great grandmother.
Oh, okay. I see now. Yeah.
That's Mama's grandmother, my great grandmother.
Okay. That's your mom's grandmother. Okay.
She was born in 1871. She was the daughter of a county judge. And I wrote a poem about it.
Oh, that's what you were saying. Okay.
You know, of course, you know, back then,
I know.
he didn't have anything to do with it. He one time, this legend is that he one time had my great aunt to bring her to his law office downtown, and he looked at her through the window, which was humiliating. But you know, we was always experiencing humiliation as a group of people.
Yeah.
In that century, the 20th century, the 19th century, 20th century, oh man, and it continues. It's not as bad as it was, but the struggle continues. But anyway, so that was the story that I wrote a poem about.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna read Deceptive Dreams. I probably done read it before. It's the first one in the book. This is a collection of my writings for 20 years. And the name of the book is Odyssey. And this is the hardback edition.
Okay.
The softback edition is that's the only book that I put myself on the cover. And I was in when I took the picture, I think we was in Las Vegas, Texas, which was the name was that had that name before they created Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay.
Anyway, the name of this one is Deceptive Dreams. She had nothing but her dreams to cling to. They had lied to her 1,000 times. They told her she lived on a hill in a white fence house. You know about living in a white fence house, Vicky? Huh?
No, I said I do.
You can't say that you
In a white fence house?
you seen a house with a white fence around it?
No.
Oh yeah. I have, traveling, but not down the street. Okay, they
But
said
now
there
you
was.
got to remember up there in the Delta, there were no fences pretty much around the houses.
Oh yeah. No, well, in the y'all had fences when y'all had cattle, right?
Had cattle? Oh yeah.
You had to keep the cattle out.
That were fences out there at the farm on the cattle, yeah. But
Right,
in
right,
town
right.
around the houses,
Oh, I know, cause my mother grew up on the farm, and they used to talk about repairing the fence
well,
and
out where y'all were,
sending the
in
cattle
y'all
back
and
and
out
forth.
that way, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But now when my folks decided they want to leave home, they left and went to Clarksdale. They left home.
Oh yeah. Here come Mary Ann, and so I'm just gonna read
Okay.
two poems and then let them read. Hey girls, how y'all doing? Wonderful. Look, I know y'all done wrote some good stuff, and we ready to hear it too. I was just reading some poems that I wrote, and then we'll let you all go because Vicky done went already. And Vicky reading this big old 450-page book by an author named John Grisham. Y'all ever heard of him?
I heard of him. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he has written 15 consecutive best-selling books.
Hey
What he gonna
girls.
do with all that money? I don't know, but I know that you and Miriam and Solomon one day, y'all gonna be best-selling authors, and when y'all do, don't y'all forget about us and buy us some lunch or something. I like a steak. I don't know what Vicky want when y'all get rich. Okay. What you want, Vicky? You want them to buy you? Okay, this is the book I'm reading from, you guys. No, but look at here. You see this lady right here?
Yes.
That's my great grandmother. Like, do you all have a picture of your grandmother, great grandmother?
No.
Yeah, well, if you can, you should get it. That's a real treasure there. My great grandmother was born in 1874 in Central Mississippi, Tyler County. But anyway, I was reading this poem called something. This is chapter 1 of something called, and the name of the poem is Deceptive Dream. Okay. I'm gonna just start at the beginning so it won't sound so weird that I was like on the third line anyway, because me and Vic always get off track talking. She likes to talk. She had deceptive dream. She had nothing but her dreams to cling to. They had lied to her 1,000 times. They told her she lived on a hill in a white fenced house. Have y'all ever seen a white fenced house? A house with a white fence around it?
Yeah, I seen it.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. They have, Vicky. Let's see, they said there were no cracks in the walls of her shack. Like a shack is like years ago, 70 years or 80 years ago, people lived in like one room, uh, maybe sometimes 2 or 3 room. They called them shacks because they were so ragged, but they would have to uh, stuff the cracks with clothes or newspaper or something like that to keep the air from making it so cold in the house in the wintertime. So that's what that concept come from. Y'all probably read about like the Jim Crow South in school. Y'all read about it? Okay.
No, we haven't.
Okay. Uh, they said her lover was cheating. They told her she slapped her supervisor with a dead fish at the staff meeting. They told her she was the president of the bank. They told her she wasn't a $7.50 an hour employee. They said she could float in the air above the sea for miles. They told her she wasn't his bark. They said her mother fell in love with her trick. They told her locusts and honey were kosher. They told her she lived 2,000 years ago. They told her she danced with warriors. They told her she slit a snake in two by the bayou. They told her she freed thousands of Africans in captivity. They said her master was her daddy and her cousin was her brother. They told her she had been a master of slaves. They told her she married her husband's servant. They told her she defied the purity of her race. They told her she used voodoo for sport. They said her dad was French and her mom was African. They said her dad bought everything in the house but never dwelled in it. They said her mama ran away. They said her daddy hunted her mama down. They said her mama fled to Canada and never returned. They said her daddy gambled away his fortune. They said her daddy died broke as can be. They said her granddaddy was red as can be. They said her Native American ancestors built mounds larger than the great pyramids of Egypt. They told her a turkey egg could feed 3 or 4. They said her mama had a heart attack when she walked through the door of no return and never boarded the ship. They said her aunt jumped off the ship and never made it to the West Indies. They said her uncle hid in the woods and lived among the natives. They told her Granny stuck a pitchfork in Mister's hand. They told her the sheriff buried Bubba's face in the sand. They told her jail was hard and wasn't no peace in it. They told her the warden was a hypocrite and the governor was his friend. They told her tricky business practices to push millions into the pits of poverty. They told her 12% of the nation was already broke and it wasn't a joke. They told her to jump in the pond, but she woke up in the nick of time. So in other words, this is all his horror stories, and this in her dream, and then she wakes up. But it was still, you know, kind of hard. Um. Oh yeah, I was gonna read this one. It's called Mirror on the Wall, and this is in chapter 2. Something inspiring. Y'all see it? You see it? You see it there?
Yeah, we see it.
We see it.
Okay. All right. Mirror on the wall. Why is the blue sky gray? Will his soul reach heaven on judgment day? Is he prepared to leave? Please, please. Have you any manners to speak of? Did his voice reach the man? What is your 5-year plan? Will you save? Will you spend? Will you make amends? Mend a broken heart, a shattered life, strained relationship. Mend a broken fence. Blend your mind. Touch a heart. Play cards. Who are you? Are you blue? Are you going anywhere? Are you daring, glaring, bold, or brave? Is your dream on a mountain in the sky? Are you winning the game of life or asleep and in defeat? Are you a man or a boy or a woman or a girl? Are you the ruler of your house or a mouse or a bug sneaking through the night, gathering breadcrumbs? Are you a bum? No, he's fly. He's it. He's spit. Want some? Some what? What is yup? Yup is what it is. Mirror on the wall. Are you balling? Shot calling? What you gonna do when they come for you? Are you blue? Are you true? And finally, who are you? Okay, girls. Let's see what you get.
Okay, I have some Thanksgiving poems.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, it's called A Toast to Thanks. Here's to moments we hold dear, to gathering close year after year. With plates piled high and hearts alight, we share our thanks and warmth tonight. Golden leaves drift slowly down, blanketing fields in nature's gown. The harvest done, the heat's glow, we pause to honor all we know. In the quiet warmth of home, where love and laughter freely roam, gratitude flickers like a flame, lifting up each cherished name.
Okay, very good. I'm already ready for some turkey and dressing. I'm gonna bring it dressing.
Okay, I have another one. It's called Feast of Memories. A table rich with simple fare and stories that we love to share. Each dish, each smile, a memory sweet, as family gathers whole, complete. Around the table, near and dear, we count each blessing gathered here. With thankful hearts, we lift our voice, and in this moment, we rejoice.
Okay, very good.
Thank
How
you.
many stanzas was that?
Um, 20 stanzas.
Okay, okay. Okay, so it's oh, you had another one?
Yeah, one more.
Okay.
It's called The Gift of Gathering. More precious than a grand display and sharing love in a simple way. With family near and friends held close, this gathering is what we treasure most. Not in words, but in a glance and laughter, hugs, and a shared dance. This quiet thanks, deep as the sky, we hold together, you and I. Autumn whispers through the trees, a song of thanks on every breeze. We join the chorus, warm and clear, for all we cherish year to year.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, so how many do you have now? How many poems do you have in your catalog?
I think over 30.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Are you getting ready to do your book, huh?
Yeah, I am.
Ooh, wonderful. Okay, thank you. Hey, Salama.
Hi.
Hey, what you got, girl?
I got 10 poems that I did.
Oh yeah, what yours about?
They're all about like Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the first one. Gather round, it's that time of the year, a table filled with love and cheer. Turkey roasted, stuffing piled high, gratitude blooms as we sigh.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's
Yeah,
the
you
second.
really did, and both of you all describe what it's like to be at the table with your family, eating some good food.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the cheer, the happiness of it.
Yeah.
Yes, it is happy in it.
Mm,
Dessert too.
Here's
Okay,
the
go ahead.
sec- yeah, here's the second one.
Okay.
On this special day, we gather near with open hearts and smiles so clear. Around the table, story unfolds, and every laugh or love is told.
Okay, very good. You got another one?
Yeah, harvest. Leaves are falling, colors bright. Thanksgiving's here. What a sight! Pumpkins, apples, corn so sweet. Nature's bounty is a special treat.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Well, okay. Y'all y'all ready to let Vicky go? Vicky, we just gonna let you read about 3 or 4 pages so they can get another turn. Because we got about 25 minutes left. Hold up your book so they can see it. Vic,
Huh?
hold up your book so they can y'all see it.
This is
The
John
Boys
Grisham.
from Biloxi. Boy, I tell you, it's a lot going on in that book. That's like it sound like a movie. Well, she had a lot of movies anyway. I don't know if y'all ever, probably not, but
I don't know if
he's
y'all,
had a lot of his, uh, at least 6 or 7 of his books turned into movies.
this is true. This is true.
You say it's true.
It's true
Well, he claims
because,
it's fiction, though.
but it's based on the truth. But like, A Time to Kill was my favorite.
Yeah,
Time to Kill. Then you got the Pelican Brief. You got
right,
all this was just all, all of this was kind of based upon legal thrillers, based upon what has happened.
right.
The Last Juror, yeah.
Yeah, I got that one.
The Chamber.
I don't know where.
The Chamber was set up in the apartment, and somebody had died in the gas chamber. And the guy that was in there was a lawyer whose son was in the gas chamber. That was what the chamber was, the gas chamber. Got made a movie out of that too. So, and the guy that played the Green Mile,
Yeah,
he was in the gas chamber. He is also from Mississippi.
yeah, he passed, but I didn't realize he was from Mississippi.
And he's
I
from
remember
Mississippi.
which part?
He went to Alcorn.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh. But he's from Mississippi, yeah.
Yeah, he played that role though.
Yes, he did. He
He's
played
a
that
good
role
actor.
in the Green
Uh,
Mile. And bless his
yeah,
heart, he has passed. I don't know how old he was, but he was young when he passed, but he has passed. Yeah.
yeah, I remember that. But I didn't know he was from Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mississippi makes some good people. And look, Mary Ann and Charlemagne say that Tennessee makes some good people too. All right, Vicky, you ready? You read a couple pages?
I really and I'm gonna have to blame my family. We didn't claim Danny Glover now.
Oh, really?
We
Y'all
didn't claim
related
Danny
to Daddy?
Glover. He's in our family. Yes, he is.
It's his. Bloodline from Mississippi?
Yeah,
Where?
not far.
Clarksdale?
In Lexington.
What?
Lexington. He is in our family. On my Jenkins side,
Yeah.
started out in Lexington. He is in the family down in Lexington.
Okay,
He is one of
now,
our home people. He's in our family.
Miriam and Shalimar, have you all ever heard of this person she talking about named Danny Glover?
No, I don't know.
Have y'all seen that movie, Lethal Weapon?
No.
Haven't?
The Color Purple?
Color Purple?
No.
No. I
Yeah,
can play.
Miriam, you are 12.
13.
You're 13. And Solomon, you're 8.
9.
Oh, 9. Okay, 9 and 13. Okay, so yeah, isn't that interesting? In our generation, that's just like a name everybody knows, but they've never
That's
seen
why I
either
say Danny
either
Glover.
the
Danny
movies.
Glover's in our family.
Yeah. But anyway, one day you might get to see the one of the movies that he's in. He's a really good actor too.
Yeah, if ever y'all get to see The Color Purple with he and Oprah Winfrey, and that's the movie that you should really try to go see is The Color Purple. Whenever you get a chance.
Yeah. Okay, Vic, you read your pager.
Okay, now this is the rivalry began as friendship between two boys with much in common, both with third-generation grandsons of Croatian immigrants. They both were born and raised on the Point Cadet, as is known.
What is it called?
Huh?
Where is that? You said Point Cadet.
It's off the peninsula and down on the coast. What I was saying I couldn't pronounce. Down from Gulfport.
Oh, okay.
Because all this is set on the coast. Yeah, Gulfport. This was where the two people I was talking about, the two boys that's in the Boys from Biloxi, it's two boys that were talked about in his boys here. And they were raised on the Point.
Okay.
Point Cadet. As known, their families lived 2 streets apart. Their families and grandparents knew each other well. They went to the same Catholic churches. They went to the same school, played in the same playground on the streets, sandlots, beaches. They were born 1 month apart, 1948.
Oh, they was born in 1948. That means that when all of this stuff was going on was a little later, 60s.
Right. Now, this is the stories of the two boys I was telling you about that's in that Dixie Mafia. It's based upon these two boys here that were from, that's how their parents came from Croatia. This is the beginning of the Boys from Biloxi.
I got you.
They went to the same school and were born a month apart, 1948. And they both were younger war veterans who married their sweethearts and started families. The World Games, they were significant in sandlot, baseball. They could walk. They proudly put on their first uniform when they were about 8 years old. By the age of 10, they been noticed and talked about. Keith, it was one of the boys, Keith Rudy, the older boy, 8 days older, was a left-hand pitcher who threw hard but wild, frightened the batters with the lack of control. He also hit from the left side. And when he was on the mound, he was anywhere the coach wanted him to be and playing the outfield. the second or third bases because there were no catchers meant for left-handies. But he taught himself to catch, field, and throw with his right hand. Hugh Malco was a right-handed pitcher who threw even-handed and with more accuracy from the far field away, 45 feet away, was terrifying. Faces of the monster of the old batter preferred to hide into the dugout. A coach convinced him to swing from the left side with the usual rationale. And most pitchers of that age were right-handed. Babe Ruth hit left. Lou Gehrig, Sam Mickey, of course, also swung from the left from both sides. But he was a Yankee. But Hugh listened because he was easy to coach and wanted to win. Baseball was their world. And the warm weather on the coast allows them to play most year round. Little league teams were drafted in the late February.
You can get to a stopping point, Vicky.
Okay, I get to a stopping point. Little League teams from a week before was best played when the regular season ended. With city championship, serious baseball began. With all-star play, Biloxi dominated the site playoffs and expected to advance into the regional tournament. No team had yet to make the Williams report of the big show and optimism that ran high every year. The church was important, at least to their parents and grandparents. But for the boys, the institution was the Cardinal baseball. And they were both professional big league teams. And South St. Louis broadcast gave Harry Carey, Jack Buck were both new the Cardinal players and posted the hometown team and their strengths on the weaknesses. They listed every game, cut out every box score from the Gulf Coast register, and then spent hours of the Sandlocks playing each image, each inning. Every piece of penny was saved to purchase a baseball card. And trading was serious business. Tops were preferred brand, primarily because bubble gum lasted longer.
Vicky, we got 15 minutes left. We got 15 minutes left.
Okay. Okay, that's a good stopping point. When summer arrived, the school was out. The streets were filled with kids playing corkball, kickball, wiffle ball, and dozens of other various forms of the game. The older boys were Mandarin, Sandlots, Little League fields where they chose the teams played for hours. On that big day, they went home and cleaned up, sometimes rested up their worn arms and legs, and put their uniforms on and hustled back to the field for real fun games that drew large crowds and family, friends. In the late afternoons, every evening under the lights, the boys played back and forth on the diamond. They enjoyed the crew too, for fans, and tied each other without mercy. An era brought an avalanche, and an era brought an avalanche of the Catskill Cadillacs, a home run silence of the opposing branch, a hard thrower on Mount Cass, pulled on the opponent, a boy calling umpire was off limits, at least to the players and fans, also knew as restraints. And everywhere in the stands, the parking lot, even the dugouts, translators, radios, raffled with the play ball by broadcast on the radio station KMOX. And everyone knew the Cardinal score. Okay.
Okay, you stop him.
Yeah.
Okay, Miriam, you and Solomon can go ahead and read.
Okay. I'm going to read a story I'm starting to work on.
Okay, you writing a short story?
Yeah, it's like a horror story.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called The Third Floor Bedroom.
The third who?
The Third Floor Bedroom.
The third floor bedroom?
Bedroom.
Oh, bedroom. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's the scene of something that's gonna happen. I see. Okay.
It all started when the window was left open. A breeze slipped into the quiet room, stirring the curtains that hung beside the open window. They fluttered, whispering in the dark like old secrets. Beyond the window lay the quiet street, bathed in faint glow of a single street lamp, its golden light flickering with the words with rhythm. But this breeze was different. Ella, who had forgotten to close the window before going to bed, stirred under her covers as the cool air brushed her face. She didn't notice, not at first. It was the sound that woke her, a soft rustling like footsteps, but so faint it could have been her imagination. Sleepily, she closed her eyes, looking towards the open window across the room. Though the stars were bright against the black sky, but something moved. A shadow, small and quick, darted across her floor and vanished into the cover of her bedroom. Ella sat up, heart pounding, eyes fixed on the place where it disappeared. Her breath quickened, and she had convinced herself it was just her mind playing tricks, until she saw it again, the largest this time, almost like a figure. Her phone lay just out of reach, just a few inches from the edge of her bed. She stretched for it, not daring to take her eyes off the shadow. But when her fingers brushed on her phone screen, it skidded across the floor with a clatter, startling her and whatever was lurking in the shadows. A shape began to emerge from the moonlight, hovering between the bed and the window. It seemed like a figure dripped in darkness, tall and still. Ella's heart thudded louder than the wind rattling through the trees outside. She tried to scream, but her first caught in her throat. The figure tilted his head as if observing her and then pointed. Trembling, Ella followed the gesture and saw a slip of paper near the foot of her bed. It hadn't been there before. Slowly, she reached for it. The figures gazed heavily on her. Her fingers closed around the paper. A single word scrawled across it made her blood come. She looked up, but the figure had vanished, leaving only the empty, dark room. Ella scrambled out of bed, shut the window, and drew the curtains tightly, but the paper still burned in her palm, a silent invitation she couldn't ignore. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay, so give us a summary of what is happening in this story, and who is the main character.
So the main character is Ella, and I'm just
The main character is who?
it's a girl named Ella.
Ella. Okay.
And weird things started happening in the middle of the night after she forgot to close her window before going to bed. And then that's when these strange things start happening.
Oh, something came through the window, and it was a shadow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, like a ghost.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you're still working on the story?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, very good. Yeah, very good. Use your imagination. All right. Okay, Shalaba, what you got?
Yeah. I didn't finish the poems I was reading because I wanted to give Vicky a chance to read.
Okay. Oh, you reading one of your books?
I'm reading the rest of my poems.
Okay.
This one is the next one. Around the table, our voices blend. In every story, we find a friend. With laughter and love, we share the space. And gratitude's warmth, we find our place.
I love it. With gratitude, we share this space. That's a simple thing, but it really means a lot.
Yeah.
And you wrote this and you're 9 years old. That's yeah, you and your sister need to be in the record books. Okay, go ahead.
This one is the next one. So, with each clink of glasses, we sing a song of grateful hearts where we all belong. For health and happiness and all those we adore, on this Thanksgiving, we ask for more.
Okay, very good. Grateful hearts. Okay. We need to have a grateful heart. Yeah. You got another one?
Yeah. Autumn whispers, the air turns cool. Around the table, we share the rule. To cherish each moment, each smile and glance, and this season of thanks, let's join in the dance.
Okay, very good. Marianne, we got enough time for one more reader. You want to close us out?
Sure.
You probably have time to do 2 poems and then give us a summary of the meaning of the poems at the end. And I think you have time to do that in the time we have left. And thank you so much for sharing. I think you all have been sharing with us maybe 4 years. I think you was in the 3rd grade when y'all started.
Yeah.
The teacher had told us about it. And what grade are you in now?
7.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then you are used to, y'all went from reading to now you only read things that you wrote. I can't wait to see how all of this writing is gonna gonna develop. I want to be an eyewitness. Okay, Marianne,
Okay.
knock it out.
I have more Thanksgiving poems. This one's called Home and Hearth.
What is it called?
Home and Hearth. H E
Oh,
A
and
R.
her HER. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I put it in the chat.
Okay. With every step and every smile, we filled the house with joy a while. Home and earth, love and light, our Thanksgiving shines so bright. As leaves drift down in hues of gold, we gather close as nights grow cold. With open hearts and arms to share, we feel the love that's everywhere. With hands that hold, both voices kind, for all the memories intertwined. The laughter shared and moments true. This day, my thanks belongs to you.
Okay, I was listening to something. You said open hearts, moments true, and you said something belongs to you. Who were you talking to?
I was talking to my family, like when we sit at the table, we all like,
Oh, I see, I see,
yeah,
I see.
yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Very good.
Okay. This one's called The Gift of Together. No gift is as sweet, no joy is as deep as love that's shown and love we keep. Thankful for each other's smile and cheer for families gathered far and near. With every bite, a thought of grace, for every laugh, a warm embrace. Thankful for the smallest things, the joy and peace that friendship brings.
Okay, very good. Now explain the meaning of that poem.
It's like being thankful for those around you that show you love.
Right. Yeah, that is important, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, to be shown love is to be shown something positive, and being shown something positive is always a good thing.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Well, we've come to an end. Vicky, don't start crying over there. But they'll be able to join us again next month in December, the first Saturday. And I was wondering, can we change, what you all think about changing the time for 2025 from 2, which would be 3 your time. Okay, it's 2 our time. I'm thinking about changing it to 1, from 1 to 2:30 Central, and from 2 to 3:30 Eastern instead of 3 to 4:30 Eastern. Is that a good time for you all if we push it back an hour
Yeah.
for 2025?
Yeah, that's fine.
That'd be fine. Okay then. What about you, Vicky?
That's fine.
Okay then. Okay then. Well, you know, I gotta try to encourage you all to get in the poetry contest since you write so much poetry. It's gonna be on the 23rd of November.
Okay.
And it's gonna be live on Facebook and on Zoom. So you have to give us your email address if you want to come and compete, but you can win something if you win.
Oh, okay.
So, and let me put the I'm gonna get the link real quick and give it to you, and you can ask your parents if they'll let you compete. And we also have a spelling bee. You can compete in there too. You still have time to study your words. I put it in the chat. Can you get it out the chat?
Yeah, I can.
Get it out, okay. So when you go get your ticket, you have to scroll down and get and download the spelling list for your grade to your computer or phone so you can start studying the word. But you got time. You still have 3 weeks to study the words. So if you get in both contests, and you can win in both contests, you know, and then in terms of your poetry, you just have to make sure you're giving the judges eye contact and that you are reading everything smooth. So you want to practice, make perfect, practice. So anyway, did you get it out? I wanted to make sure you got it out
Yeah, I
before
got
I
it.
close it up. You got it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then. Well, we hope to see you then. That means we'll see you before December. It's the Saturday before Thanksgiving that we're having this festival. This gonna be on Zoom as well. Well, if you get in it, happy studying and all the best to you to in terms of winning and it's also fun and you'll be sharing your written work with an audience.
Sure.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, y'all have a good one.
Y'all have a good one.
Bye, D. All right, Vicky.
I don't